The two big areas where Vizzn is going to help you as a project manager are during the estimating stage and then again during the project management stage. During the estimating stage, one of the first things you're going to want to do as soon as you get any project is take the drawings and place them over Google Earth inside the Vizzn system. You can put all of your drawings, whether it's a cut-fill drawing for earthworks, an underground drawing, you can place them over top the system. Now, your next step would be to go to the field and walk these same drawings on your phone. With Vizzn, you have the ability to walk the drawings and objects you've drawn on the drawings in real format. If you were in this picture, your phone was here, you would see your avatar moving around. If you just click the screen where you are, you can add a point such as, here's a rock pile, here's what looks like a challenge, here's a close power line, and you'd be able to place all of this in relation to the drawing. Say you're out there doing a test hole down over here. You would click and enter and maybe even put a video or a picture of that test hole ongoing. The ability to walk the augmented drawings is key during this stage. Otherwise, you're likely just looking at a giant field and don't know how the drawings relate. Now you're in the tender review stage, and you can look at your drawings in relation to Google Earth. And during this stage, you may even want to take off your drawings that you're looking at, or perhaps you want to just change the transparency of the drawings that you're looking at. And this will help you make better decisions. For example, if this is our access point over here, we need some traffic control. If this is where we're bringing the gravel to, maybe there's road bans that are in play. As we move this map over, we can see that there's a school over here. That might be relevant as far as the safety perspective, erosion and sedimentation control, trees that are on site, crossings of major arteries. All this information makes the tender review better. Also during the tendering phase, as you're looking at your projects and your equipment availability, if your project is going to start on August 22nd, you might want to look at which pieces of your fleet, maybe it takes a large excavator and a 657 scraper, you might want to look at what pieces of your fleet are actually available for the project that you're bidding. Perhaps this project will require you to rent equipment or shuffle around other projects. Maybe the project's coming up on October 3rd, you can also see in relation to all your other projects what you will have available when that project begins. Next, as a project manager, your superintendents can lay the site out before you begin to set it up for optimal site efficiency. This will often result in more efficient sites, faster production, and even less equipment. So if you're choosing your laydown areas, your gravel piles, even something as simple as your garbage bin and job shacks, these things make a big difference when you're going to make your site more efficient. With these objects now placed, everyone placing those objects will be able to drive directly to the spots you've chosen using Vizzn app and watching themselves reach that spot on their phone. Next, as a project manager, you're going to be able to see your sites and how the day is going to unfold a day in advance, broken down exactly as you need to see it. For example, say you're following Cranston 78, you can see that there's gravel delivery, there's a compaction crew, there's an equipment that's down being repaired, and the site is being fueled later on this evening. With this information, you can now identify what's not on it. Perhaps you needed pipe coming to site, perhaps you need another specialty crew, perhaps there's a subcontractor or locates that should also be on that schedule. Gives you a chance to address what's missing, and perhaps maybe someone's moving a piece of equipment to that site that you don't feel is correct for the scope of work that's being done. You can see this a day in advance and have these good conversations. You bid it, you know how it needs to get performed, make sure your projects stay on track. Then, as these events unfold real time, you can watch them get completed as they change color. You can see who's confirmed their events, and then you can go into those events and even look at the trucks moving around real time. You can actually look at the history replay of what your trucks did throughout the day and replay it 1 minute equals 1 second. You can also look at the heat map and see where your trucks spent the bulk of their time. You can also look at your sites as objects. On this site, we can see what equipment is active, what's parked, and what's under repair. You can see upcoming events, the ones that are in progress, the ones that are completed, plus any dispatches that anyone has asked for related to this project. All of this you get without having to enter any information. It is the rest of your team that's replacing phone calls with Vizzn. So as you see this site, and you can see that this loader's down, drives better decisions about what scope of work, crew size, whether you should even start the project today to keep your project on track and making money. If you do need to bring in that emergency equipment without requiring any GPS on your fleet, you can quickly find the best piece to bring into your fleet to replace it. Say, for example, you're looking for a water truck because a water truck went down. You can just type in water truck, and maybe you want to see the closest parked water truck. Your experience on Vizzn as a project manager is primarily as someone who gets to view what the other teams are doing. It is people that have replaced the process of calling and asking for something with Vizzn. The process of telling drivers and mechanics and specialty crews what to be doing the next day has been replaced with Vizzn. So no additional people required, and the information you're getting is from all the other teams just simply using Vizzn as a communication tool. No longer waiting for job costings, making sure a day in advance that your projects are staying on track the way that you estimated. Welcome to Vizzn.